Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on a lovely island of Fawnhallow today? Late night episode because we've had the D&D session. We're back in D&D, everyone. And what an interesting session it was, is all I can say from a DM perspective. And again, I'm going to bait out my friends, I suppose, by talking about it probably for the first 5 minutes before I move on to something else. But like, it's been a while, like a month almost. No, three weeks I think since we've last had our last D&D session. But good evening, everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow, it's 11:06 p.m. on Friday, January 3rd, 2025. So I think it's definitely one which is much more hotly anticipated, I suppose. But strangely, a very bizarre one. Which I'm not really sure what to say about it or what has ended up happening with it. At least from a DM perspective. It's I don't know what else to say except for it's not like anything particularly bad happened, but it's more like some really weird things happened, like conversationally, and strangely enough, these were not things which I intended to happen. I suppose, like, maybe you might be like, oh, were you like, not antagonistic, but like, did you want for this to happen? Is that what you intended? Like, you intended to like shut down your players' goals or plans or something? And I was like, no, not really. I just played it how I thought made most sense. Well, the long and short of it is I'm basically trying to get some information from someone who they know for sure basically is lying in some capacity, but they don't know how and they don't know why. There's just like some random conversations where from that NPC's perspective must seem absolutely insane because he's just like, what is going on? Just the way the dice rolled, and also just some very interesting choices of a friend or one of our players wanting to do a backflip to entertain someone, which you might be like, that's, I know, just a thing. Yeah, sure. What? I'd enter a greeting. Sorry. Oh no, we had to say it. We had to do one because I've accidentally inserted. Why don't we go to commemorate this occasion? Nice backflip. Which is a reference to a Hearthstone, not even card, I think. I think this one, it might be from like one of the PvE expansions or something. No slacking, lackeys. Nice backflip. But yeah, one of the players just did a backflip to like, oh wait, you're not meant to put punctuation in. No. Did a backflip because to entertain, quote quote, someone as maybe a distraction. The crazy idea of thing was I didn't even know what the plan was. The person was just like, I want to go like approach someone with food, and I was like, okay, well, this person's here with food, and he just picked up the sandwich and ate it. It was what I had pictured in my mind, and he was like, oh, where'd you get that sandwich from? He obviously was like, here, because he literally just like took it from the plate. And then basically the conversation just got a bit weird, and then eventually got to a point where one of the players needs to entertain the other player, or one player said to the other, alright, entertain him, because they're pretending to be they're pretending that the other player is like their servant essentially, and then he was like, they meant in the sense of like entertain as in like speak conversationally to them, but the other player went, you know what, I'm known for backflips, so he did a backflip, and I was just like, what? I have no idea. So yeah, I'm sure, like, maybe from player perspective, you might be easily fooled into thinking that, yeah, I'm purposely trying to like be obtuse about it, and genuinely I was not. It was more like I had no idea what was coming, and then that happened, and I was like, what? But yes, and you might be wanting to think, is this the Group 1, the Guardians of the Galaxy group, compared to the, I don't know, Doctor Strange, if I'm to continue the Marvel analogy, which doesn't really work here anymore. No, but this was the puzzle solving group, I suppose is how to describe them. The investigative group, not the instigating group. And I was just like, what is going on? It was really funny though, like very enjoyable, and it seemed like the players had a good time. Good to be back with D&D. So there you go, there's your 5 minutes of D&D. Sorry, my friends who are looking for more insights. And unfortunately, the insights I could possibly give, might give stuff away. So we'd have to lay low with secrets for now. But yeah, what else can we talk about? I don't know. Oh yeah, the thing I wanted to talk about was I wanted to talk about a Beat Saber, because that was something which happened on New Year's. Went to a friend's house and we sort of like chilled and celebrated, and one of the things we did is that we played, my friend bought their VR headset and we played a bit of Beat Saber. It's the first time I played, like, actually, I'm not going to say the first time I've ever like worn a VR headset, because that's not true, but it's probably the first time I've actually like, or someone's like personal VR headset. The only other time I've worn a VR headset has been for an escape room. How was it as an escape room? It was fine. It was fine. It was more fun, I suppose, as a VR experience. The actual escape room itself didn't have like craziest puzzles or anything, and for some reason I found it utterly hilarious. Like, I could not stop laughing during it for, I don't even know, and I just was overcome with a joyous laughter for some reason. That's all I remember from it. I also remember that like the headsets didn't like work properly, so like one of my friends couldn't hear me or something, or maybe I couldn't hear one of my friends. I don't know. There was some sort of broken communication thing going, but I don't remember which way around it is. But anyway, my friend bought their VR headset, and I played Beat Saber for the first time. We played other stuff as well, but I was like, Beat Saber is probably the one I'm most interested in, it being a rhythm game. And my conclusion from the VR headset is like, I can see myself playing Beat Saber. I can't see myself playing it that much, to be honest, but possible. And then I also was like, I can't see myself, like, the only other game I could potentially see myself playing or interacting with would be VR chat, but even then, like, I can't imagine it'd be that often. Like, I think it's just more of the concept of, you know, online chat rooms, essentially. Which I think has, I'm not sure, a bit of joy to them is really the right word, but, you know, I spent time on like online chat rooms before when I was younger, probably younger than I should have been, really, to be on those sort of sites, but this is just basically a different version of it. Although, again, I wouldn't say I'd spend much of my time in it, but it's the only one I can see myself really playing. So my conclusion is, I don't really think I need a VR headset, at least not yet, at least not until I need to, I don't know. Like, I like it for the experience, but it's also like for the purposes now, unless I was buying it either for the experience or for entertainment purposes. Like, I don't know when I would really use it, to be honest. But I think there is potential. Like, I can see myself using it more often if I was just maybe like, one the price point was a bit lower. Actually, I'm not sure how much they cost nowadays. They're probably much more accessible, but certainly like when they used to be like insanely expensive. Let's see. I don't know, HTC Vive, how much do you cost? 200? Oh, refurbished. That's actually way cheaper than I thought. See, in my mind I was like £800 or something, but I guess they've gotten a lot cheaper. So I don't know, maybe in the future I can see myself actually getting a VR headset for fun. But it seems like that's pricey just to get for just Beat Saber and just VR chat, which VR chat is also something you can play, I'm pretty sure, not with a VR headset. I don't know if you can do that with Beat Saber, but I don't know, I just need something else, which is like, yes, that's a draw for me to actually get it. For me to, like, I'm not saying I need a justification for it, because I don't need a justification for it. If I wanted to buy one, I could just buy one, but I'm not going to, because, again, I see no reason for it. But Beat Saber itself is, like, genuinely quite a fun game, in my opinion. And the whole reason I was really doing it in the first place was my friend was like, I can't get past this one difficulty of KDA pop stars, and you're pretty good at rhythm games, do you think you'll be able to do it? And then I was like, I don't know, I've never played Beat Saber before, I'm not gonna like count my chickens before they hatch. And then he put it on, and like I put on my headset and I gave it a go, and then I was just like, after I did it, I was like, yeah, I can absolutely beat this. I just need a few goes to get used to the controls and reading the chart in Beat Saber. And it took me, I'm gonna say it took me 6 tries to get through. Like, I kept dying at Akali, I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Akali's rap part. See, on Jen and Gina, must magic down and bonnet. I'm gonna have to get a keycheck, and Papa Nagmarada. Gonna sound on one day though. When I gotta be, I'm troubling you one in it, I'm so cold. When I move out where you're gonna be so blown. I'm a realist in the game. Anyway, I kept dying at that part, which was a bit of a shame, to be sure. But eventually I got past it, and then, I beat it. And then I was like, okay, I'll try Expert Plus mode. I tried Expert Plus mode, and I was like, this is not going to be something I can beat within this time frame of New Year's Eve. But yeah, I think Beat Saber is actually genuinely a lot of fun. Certainly it makes more sense, I think, when you're up and active, because I actually beat KDA while just like sitting down on the sofa, to be honest. I played it at one point standing up, and that's definitely when it's the most fun. You're sort of like actively like moving about with VR, which is kind of a point of it, but sitting down is sort of like I don't know when I do that. I don't know what else people use VR for. My friend said that his family sometimes like doing the 3D puzzle things, and like I gave it a little bit of a go, and I was like immediately not that interested in it. There's some other games which are apparently kind of cool. There was like this racket ball game which he liked playing, which I cannot remember what it's called. That didn't really appeal to me. That's what I said. The only thing which really appealed to me was Beat Saber and VR chat, which I'm like, I don't know, probably not conducive enough for actual entertainment, at least worth that price. But yeah, Beat Saber itself, it's kind of cool. If you've never played Beat Saber, I guess I should have explained it first, but essentially in the VR, it's a rhythm game, but essentially your hands are holding lightsabers, and you need to slash the notes in the correct direction and rhythm. And you can do some very creative stuff with it, because you are physically moving your hands. Like a KDA as Pop Stars, the iconic dance is in the chorus, you sort of like pump your arms up and down in alternating fashion. And the actual beat map does that as well, where you basically had to swing your arms back and down, sort of mimicking that motion. And when that happened, I was like, that's very clever, that's very cool. To be able to do something like that, to sort of like mimic the dance moves, to sort of like really not immerse, but like really tie together both the beat map and the song. I like it when games do that, like in rhythm games, they like leave little Easter eggs about it, or like make the notes do a certain pattern, or make the notes force you to do something else. Like there's Idol Cinderella Girl song called Hotel Moonside, where the iconic line goes 1, 2, kiss, kiss. And the beat map in rhythm game, it basically brings the notes together, so it forces your fingers to come together and come apart, so they have to like kiss, kiss. And I was like, that's a very fun detail. The note even visually looks like a cross, like X and O's, being a kiss. Layers upon layers. Yeah, what else is kind of cool about it? Yeah, I don't know, what else? I don't know if VR's really... I mean, VR I feel like should be something I'm more into, in the sense that like it sounds like a really cool, fun concept, but I don't know, it just doesn't have that thing to really draw me in yet. I'm glad my friend both bought and brought it so I can experience it, and I can come to that conclusion myself. But yeah, I think I just need a bit more outside of Beat Saber itself to be able to understand the draw. I'm not someone who would sit there and just do the 3D puzzles or anything like that. And I think it's hard to justify buy an entire VR headset just for those two things. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I'd enjoy VR chat in practicality. It's just more like I see clips of it online of people just sort of like chilling about and like telling stories like podcast style, and I'm like, yeah, this seems kind of cool. There's like YouTube channel of like a guy who basically just goes and listens to people's stories on VR chat, and I was like, that sounds like a fun time, although probably not representative of what it's actually like. Yeah, I mean, well, it's not like I'm going to say no to just like chilling, chatting with random people. Sounds like a fun time. But yeah, Beat Saber, cool rhythm game. I do love me a good rhythm game, and I can't believe like Beat Saber came out must be like 7 years ago or something. Beat Saber 2019, 6 years ago. No, wait, 2018. Yeah, 6 years ago, because we'd just gone to 2025. Or 6.5 years. Over 6 years ago. So, yeah. I guess it's more surprising that it's taken me this long to actually get around to playing it, to be honest. I guess I just never really had the opportunity. before to give it a shot, and thus, you know, make any sort of judgment on it whatsoever. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about that except for, yeah, VR headset, kind of cool. Beat Saber, pretty cool. There are a lot of random other things as well. Like my friend was playing what I can only describe as the equivalent of VR Roblox or something. I don't know how he stumbled upon it. I can't remember what it's called. It's like something Plaza, and he went to like a fast food joint or something where they were like role playing, you know, serving fast food. I don't know. He very much tickled himself pink. With that moment, he just kept doing like a hee 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 sort of laugh. I guess the absurdity, the silliness of the situation of what he was doing sort of settled in. Maybe I don't know. You'd have to ask him. But yeah, Beat Saber. I don't know what else to say. I think it's a cool concept. Mainly because it's quite physically moving around. It sort of feels like what happens if you would like try and take DDR, like a modern version of DDR, and then like this is it. It's Beat Saber. Play DDR with your feet. Play Beat Saber with your arms. Do them both at the same time. That almost certainly exists. There's no way that doesn't exist. Already out there. You can even overlay it. Oh, I did play Tetris Effect as well, actually, on VR, because that's one I've heard about where it's like it's apparently an crazy immersive experience playing Tetris Effect on it. I think it was like visually quite fun, but I think it's just more like the gameplay loop of Tetris. I don't want to play continuously for more than like maybe 20 minutes or so. So after it was up, I was just like, all right, nice. Who doesn't like a good bit of Tetris and being immersed in like atmospheric and ambient noise? But then also afterwards I was like, alright, done with World 1 or whatever part I did, like the very first planet or something. And then I was like, alright, well, I don't want to do anything more, I guess. I've had my fill. But yeah, on that note, I guess I'll round this episode off here. I don't really have anything more to say. Give Beat Saber a try if you like rhythm games. I think it's a lot of fun. So for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.